quote is entitled "The Power of Purity." In a letter written on November 13, 1970, Prabhupada explains the power of purity. Quote, "The standard of purity which I have introduced in the Krishna consciousness movement will give you the real spiritual strength needed to preach. If you will simply stick to your principles, you will gain the respect of the whole world, and pure preaching work will be successful." This is a theme that Prabhupada has talked about repeatedly, because there's always this idea that if I just do things materially, properly, intelligently, and strategically, I will be successful. So in one sense that's true, because externally we will be successful. But Prabhupada's point is more foundational to that. That, okay, let's say you're successful materially, but what's in the pot? You know, you have a product. What's in the product? You have the marketing. You have the manufacturing. You have the distribution. But is the product good? So if we do everything well, but the product is adulterated, then it won't be appreciated. And what Prabhupada is saying is that if we remain pure, which means purely following our principles, our motives are to serve people. We're not personally motivated. We're strict in what we do. We're not duplicitous. We live what we teach. People will appreciate it, because this is so rare. And we need to understand how rare this is. And we need to understand how much the world is fed up with hypocrisy, especially in the religious circle. We see that in politics and religion. People are very frustrated. And they really want to see examples of people who live what they teach. They want to see examples of people whose hearts are pure, whose intentions are pure. People who have deep compassion and concern for others, even greater concern for others than they have for themselves. That's what people want to see. That's what they're going to respond to. And although maybe people don't take us seriously now, or maybe they even make fun of us, if we continue in this way, as the world falls apart more, as religions crumble, politicians crumble, leaders, athletes, people in the limelight crumble, if we go on with our purity, more and more people will appreciate it. It will distinguish ourselves from other religions. And if we become like everyone else, that is a tragedy. And Prabhupada has pointed this out. Once he said, we criticize Brahmins, and so you're also Brahmins, and you need to live like Brahmins, otherwise we're hypocrites. He also said that about marriage. He said, we have so much divorce, and how can we preach Krishna consciousness and not set the right example? So these things are very important to understand. Purity is our strength. This is really our product. You know, you might say, well, we have the best philosophy, we have the Hare Krishna mantra, we have great prasadam, deities. Yeah, we do, it's true. But our real strength is us, the purity with which we serve and cook that prasadam, and with which we chant, and which we serve the deities. That's the real strength. That's the real wealth of the Krishna consciousness movement. Otherwise, it can be very external, beautiful structures, beautiful this and that. But where are the beautiful people who exemplify the teachings? So that's something we always must remember. Prabhupada is telling us our real product is our purity. That's what will create success for us. And he gave the example. There was a sweet shop and everything was cooked in ghee, and it was so pure that people would line up around the block to get it. And even though it was more expensive, still they wanted it because of its purity. So Prabhupada is making this point that purity is appreciated, and we should never forget that. Hare Krishna. If you like this video, you can subscribe below. Also, I'd really appreciate it if you share this video with others, if you comment on it, if you like it, do whatever. You have to click to share it, because I think a lot of devotees would appreciate getting these videos. I try to take our philosophy and put it in a practical way so we know how to apply it in daily activity. And this is one of the services I do. And I want to reach as many devotees as possible. If you can help me, I'd appreciate it so much. Thank you.